Hello guys, it's your boy Namari here, back at it with another video. So I'm here to bring y'all what if I don't know, could I not forget? What if Naruto was a female in OP Part 7? Now, um now as you may know, her name is Ruby, and I think last part we left off was on the date, but this is basically, I'm not gonna be too cringy about it. Just know that they made out after the date, and yeah. But we're gonna go to the next day as they catch a Torah for the 18th time of that month, and so Ruby and Kakashi, hold on. So Ruby, Kakashi, Sasuke, and Sakura, they're all but basically they're like they had just got done with catching Tora turn, and this is where Ruby acts respectably for a higher rank mission. Now Toby, he had no problem with this, knowing that Ruby is really around high Jonin to low Anbu level, and she trains with Dragon Anbu a lot. She, as they talked to Tsuna, and he wrote Sakura by saying her forehead is too big, she won't be able to see the enemies. But not only that, she's look very weak, and that Sasuke, he looks emo with a stick up his ass. And so basically, Ruby would laugh at this. Sasuke would frown a little bit, but then he sends a glare to Tazuna, which Tazuna is stronger and he really doesn't care. And before Sakura could attack Tazuna, this is where Kakashi. This is where Kakashi would grab a hold of her and stop her from moving. Now Ruby will look at Sakura with a frown and says, "Sakura, we don't hurt the client, even if he insults you." Sakura didn't say nothing due to. Sakura was finna say something back to Ruby, but Ruby gave her a glare and she kind of backs down. Sasuke seeing this wants Ruby even more, even though he knows that he doesn't want him. And so basically, as Tazuna was talking about C rank, he and Horizon says this group should be doing like well for you, since it's mainly just a bunch of bandits. He kind of shows like a slight flinch and like basically like he flinches and shows that like it's probably not just bandits. This is where Ruby would catch on to this. Due to also being around Anko, she knows a little about interrogation or to read people's body language. So she would do that, and she would motion to Hiruzen that he's not telling the truth, and that maybe he should, or basically they should send a backup team. Now Hiruzen would pick up on this, and that and said, "I'm also willing to send another team with you. It's gonna be Team 8. Kakashi, go get Team 8 and bring them here now." Now Kakashi, he will vanish and quickly grab Team 8. Like he basically says, if you don't know the assumption, either grab a hold of me or Kurenai, because we have to leave now. Otherwise, I'm scared of what Ruby would do. And Kiba heard about Ruby from his mother, and he knows that she's someone not to really play with. Even in the academy, he knew that she had a very high, she has a bad temper and will literally try to kill him. And so basically, Shino, he's like, I'm cool with being shunshin, just don't get upset by my bugs. And so Kakashi goes, I really don't care for the bugs. I actually work with a lot of Aburames and Umbu, so that's very fine with me. After hearing this, Shino will kind of smile, and he was this, and this is where Kakashi says, also, I would also help train y'all in ninjutsu if y'all need it, since I know Kurenai is a genjutsu specialist, not really into ninjutsu, or if you need help in kenjutsu styles or anything like that, because I would be better in Kurenai in that. She is better than me in genjutsu, which is not a big problem. And but don't get it twisted. Genjutsu is a very strong art, and I would advise you learn it if you had good chakra control, like you. And he points to the Hinata, and this is where Hinata will kind of blush because she basically just got praised, and she's kind of used to it because Ruby would praise her a lot during their spars to try to help build up Hinata's confidence. Now, now Ruby and the rest are just in the office as Kakashi just teleport back with Hinata and Shino, and Kurenai took Kurenai to Kiba. Ooh, yeah. So she would take Kiba with her, and this is where basically so Kiba and will be with Kurenai. This is where Ruby, ooh, almost called her Narco. This is where Ruby would say hello to Kurenai and Hinata, Shino, and Kiba. And then basically they would go back over the mission briefing and basically what they would be entitled doing at the Land of Waves and what their role is. Now, Tazuna, he's very happy that he got an extra team, even though he only asked for one team. And so basically, and also not only that, he also got the strongest Genin. And so basically, Horizon will tell everybody else to stay as he's sitting at Tazuna. And then this is when he says, Ruby, what do you mean by he's hiding something? This is what Ruby says, well, one, when you said that there would only be bandits and stuff, he did a flinch. And not only that, he also gulped very different, like very hard. And he also, even though he's a civilian, he still has chakra, and I had my eyes activated underneath the Genjutsu, and I saw his chakra kind of go a little haywire, which indicates that someone is lying. And so Horizon nod, and he goes, "Okay." This is where when Sakura would be like, "How do you know all of this?" This is where Ruby goes, "Well, one, I was friends with one of the best interrogators in the village, so you can think about it like that." And two, I know it because I also help interrogate people with her. And basically, this is where Kurenai goes, so you train interrogation with Ankle, huh? He says, yeah, I got trained from all of you, but like, come on. I literally have it inside me. I mean, why would I not? And he likes me because I beat him in the bet. This is where Kurenai will laugh and it says, I knew I was doing good when I taught you Genjutsu. And so basically, this is where that's basically where Ruby she'll look at Kurenai says, alright, well, I mean, I guess we can all leave in an hour, or we can leave the next day. That depends up to y'all. And Kurenai then goes, so let's leave in an hour. Since it's only 12 at noon, we can get pretty far. And Ruby says, or we can leave in the morning or the next day and get even more distance due to us not having to camp out, especially with a civilian. If he doesn't have a tent for himself, which he probably doesn't with all his other stuff. And not only that, he's fairly drunk right now. Kurenai then says, I forgot about that part. And so basically, she would then say, alright, well, we might as well go ahead and leave tomorrow. Now, Ruby, when she leaves, this is where her, Kakashi, and Kurenai will all leave together. Kurenai would see Kakashi and Ruby very close. Even not only that, when Ruby was going home, Kakashi went with her. And she decided that she's going to use her Genjutsu and follow them, knowing that it's futile against Ruby because she's most likely going to censor. But Kakashi won't know. And if Kakashi makes a move, then basically she'll know that Kakashi is into Ruby, basically. And Kakashi doesn't really know that he's like Kurenai's following her on them because Ruby had helped Kurenai with her Genjutsu and also made it hard for like people that's not trying to censor her Genjutsu to know that Genjutsu is placed on them. Now after hearing that, after hearing Kakashi says he basically called Ruby princess and goes, "What are you planning on doing later on?" Now, at the like, Kurenai is shocked that Kakashi he's not being a pervert, but he's actually being very romantic and calling her princess, and basically just and like she was sneaking to Ruby's house, and because Kakashi's even offering to do the dishes, but not only that, to even make her food tonight, because he already has stuff packed. He's always packed and ready for any occasion, and so no. I'm gonna say he actually left a few of his things over at her house, not inappropriately, but just in case he does stay over the night, and she did the same at his house as well. So whenever they go to each other's house, they have some clothes to wear. Now, Sasuke, he kind of follows them too, but he's not as stealthy as Kurenai. And she saw Sasuke following. This is where she then decided that she had seen enough. She seen Sasuke staring at Ruby from across the roof and was thinking this kid has some serious issues. I know Ruby said that he likes her, but this is going a little too far. Even though I know I'm going a little too far, this is her personal business. I shouldn't be intruding, but at the same time, I feel indulged to. Like, this is her in her thoughts, by the way. She said that she feels indulged to spy on Ruby because she's her little sister figure. Anyways, so after they get done talking, basically Kakashi and Ruby starts to cuddle, and the next day. Now they leave early at 6 o'clock in the morning. Tazuna was about to drink sake, and Ruby and Kakashi went to go find him. This is where Ruby she would throw a kunai at the sake bottle. She would then says, "You're not finna drink while we escort you. And if you even think about getting another one out of your bag, I will cut off your hand." And basically, she said this with a lot of killing intent. And Tazuna just started to shiver. He says, "Yes, ma'am," very quickly. It basically, Kurenai's like, "Ha, I knew it." Cause she could tell that Ruby did not like the stench of alcohol, even though she will drink it, but she doesn't want to be drunk like, most people when it comes to alcohol. Due to it, also her senses being very strong. So now, so Ruby and Kakashi are walking side by side, and no, Ruby's actually in the front with Hinata, as Hinata's using her Byakugan. Kid was on the side, and him and Akumi was on the side, just like basically for just in case there's any like threats. Then you have Sasuke and Sakura on one side, Shino Kiba on one side, and basically Kurenai and Kakashi in the back. This is where Kurenai says, "So you had a fun night with Ruby last night?" And Kakashi blushes, goes, "We did nothing of the sort. All we did was just cuddle." Cause he still blushes, and that's kind of something personal to him, and he didn't know that Kurenai was following them yesterday. So this is when he then asks, "How do you know about it like yesterday? Anyways, were you following us, Ruby?" And then Kurenai's like, "Maybe." And then he was like, "This Ruby knows that you were following us, because I know she has a tendency to hurt people for invading her privacy." This is where she goes, "Yeah, probably most likely." Ruby has exceptional sense of smell, sight, and not only that, she can sense any genjutsu from a distance. And she probably had her eyes activated too when she felt someone following her, which most likely she probably knew I was there. After hearing that, Kakashi would sigh and goes, "And she didn't even bother to tell me. Oh well." Because, like I said earlier, Kakashi was acting all what's it called? He was actually like acting all gentleman-like, not even a pervert, and he didn't even take out the books not once when he was with Ruby. Knowing how she treats perverts, but not only that, because he also wants to take the relationship serious with her. So Kakashi would Kakashi basically would then ask Kurenai why did she spy on him. This is when Kurenai would then go, well, one, I saw how close you and Ruby was, so I didn't know what to think, so I decided that my best option would be to follow you. So that's what I did in the end, and I found out that y'all two are pretty close. Which is okay, Kakashi, but just know if you hurt my sister, I will fuck you up, basically. And Kakashi then smiles. He's like, no, I don't plan on doing anything to hurt her. I plan on treating her like my queen. And, stuff like that. And so Kurenai would smile, and she would say, good boy, to Kakashi. Kakashi would kind of frown at that and be like, Kurenai, you don't have the permission to call me that or say that to me. And then she goes, why? I mean, I'm Ruby's older sister, so I could do that if I want to. And Kakashi goes, yeah, but I only let her say that to me, and no. And basically, she kind of frowns and is like, so why does she only get to say it? Basically, because like she doesn't like Kakashi, but she wants to have the privilege of saying that to Kakashi, knowing about his wolf tendencies or his wolf traits. This is where Kakashi then starts to spout his wolf tails, and like he has a one tail and wolf ears, and Ruby would see this, and then she would say, hey, Kurenai can use with spots. It says with spots is where Hinata will form them that up ahead that have ninjas and a puddle and a genjutsu. And then Ruby would tell this to Kakashi. This is where Kakashi would nod his head, and then basically she will go back to the front where Hinata was. Kurenai and Kakashi will automatically make a shadow clone. Yes, I'm going to say that Kurenai's chakra reserve has been improved to the point where she's able to make shadow clones. So she will make a shadow clone, switch out with the shadow clone, and that's when they attack. They then see that, of course, Ruby theory is right on how they weren't after them, but more after Taizuna, and that ninjas were involved. Kakashi then says how we knew that more ninjas would be involved. Basically, and told Tazuna that, and that, I mean, they already knew, so they're not really mad. That's why they have another team here for that. Is that reason? Which is why they have another scouting team. And this is when Kakashi goes, Kurenai, alright, it's time to put your scouting team to use now. I need you to go ahead with your scouting team, and if there is a body of huge water, which I'm expecting there to be, I want you to scout around the area, and I want you to use Hinata Byakugan to as far as she can go. Basically, this is where Kurenai will nod her head. Kakashi's still the leader because he has more experience than Kurenai, because Kurenai's still a Jonin rookie. So Kakashi would then look at Ruby and says, Ruby, I want you to be silently following them. I don't want nothing to be known that you're even there. She would nod her head and say, hi, Kakashi Sensei, and follow team. She would then follow team 8 silently in the shadows to make sure nothing happens to them up ahead. This is when Sasuke would then see like multiple clones of Ruby's also in the shadow following team 7. And Kakashi then says, alright, Sasuke, Sakura, Ever Formation, y'all two will be up front. I will be behind it says I will be behind her to make sure, behind Tazuna to make sure no ninjas get back there. That's when Sasuke would nod his head, Sakura nod his head, and they would get into the arrow formation. They would then start to head off into the Lena Waste to where they come across a huge body of water. And this is where Kakashi asks, does your team know no water walking exercise, basically, to Kurenai. Kurenai would shake her head, no, they know tree walking, but not water walking. He would nod his head and says, my team doesn't really know tree walking, but they know how to fight as a unit team, and a little bit of ninjutsu and genjutsu. I try to choose Sakura the best I can in genjutsu, also knowing how small chakra reserves is, but not only that, she did not want to take her training serious. This is what basically Kakashi tells Kurenai. Kurenai would look at Sakura and goes, don't worry, I will train her. And she's finna put Sakura through the worst genjutsu she ever feels. And basically, and it's finna rip like her little world apart, basically. Cause like Kurenai, she does not like fangirls. She after hearing how Kakashi speak, she knew instantly that she was a fangirl. Kakashi then whispered, "Please do not break her too badly. I do not want to have the council on my ass for this." Kurenai would nod and saying, "I will try my best not to, but no promises." Kakashi then sighs and says, "Please, Kurenai. Her mother has a huge pair of lungs, and I really do not have the ears. And if I have to hear about this, trust me, I'll bring your ass down with me." And Kurenai would look and say, "But what about abandoning company?" No, that would be abandoning a comrade if you make me forced to listen to her. And basically, Kurenai's like, "Fine, I won't break her too badly, but I'm going to break her spirit. And also, I'm going to check her mental state, because if she's exactly how I think she is, then she basically needs to resign as a ninja and not be a ninja anymore." Kakashi then nods and says, "I was actually planning on, if she doesn't get up in shape very quickly, I was planning on getting rid of her and getting her resigned from the ninja program and to never become a ninja again." Now, Ruby hears this. She's like, she basically only works hard if it was to bring Sasuke attention. But since his attention is not solely put on me, she would not train hard. She would try her best to try to, to look just like me. I just hope she doesn't try to dye her hair blonde, but not only that, try to basically dress how I dress. Because if she does, then we know the problem here. And so, Kakashi would nod his head and then goes, "Well, what method do you have?" This is where Ruby says, "You do not want me to train her. Trust me. That council meeting for you would not be good, Kakashi." Kakashi hearing this is like, "Oh, y'all are the most sadist people I know." And Naruto goes, yeah, I am, but you like that of me." And Kakashi will blush. This is where they would then see the boat in Tazuna, like the guy with the boat. This is where only the students of Team 8 and 7 will basically be in the boat, besides Friend Ruby, because the boat's not that big. Sasuke would see her water walking and he would frown, because not frown, but he would kind of be a little mad that well, not bad, but he'd kind of be like a little excited, but also jealous that she knows how to water walk. Kiba wouldn't be really shocked knowing that she obviously does have high tracking control for Genjutsu purposes. And so basically, Kiba would basically, he's still a fan, he's still a fanboy of Ruby, but he's gonna take his training a lot more serious, and that he's basically just trying to show basically that to her that he is strong and worthy of her. But he's already too late, because Ruby already has the guy she wants, which is Kakashi. So while this happening, this is when Ruby, she'll look at Kakashi, and Kakashi will basically ask Ruby if she wants to get on his back. Ruby just shrugs her shoulder and just hops on his back. Sasuke and Kiba are kind of glaring daggers at Kakashi. Kakashi then looks at him like, "What?" And and basically they turn their heads, and Kakashi goes, "Pussies." Ruby hears this, she smacks him aside the head, says, "Watch your language." We have the Hyuga Harris here. You need to watch your language, basically. Which makes him not a blush, but Kakashi, he kind of whimpers because she hit him pretty hard. Is this where Kakashi says, sorry, I didn't mean to." And this is like, Ruby's like, yeah, whatever. And she kind of says, "Alright, let's go." And she holds on tight to Kakashi. Kakashi likes how she's holding on to him, because she's wearing something that's like very curvaceous over her assets, just in case she has to seduce the target. which they also had now orders to kill Gato, because Ruby sent a fox to or kitsune basically to the Hokage, and she asked for permission to assassinate Gato of the shipping magnet. And Hiruzen gave her affirmative, and so basically now that is her task is to assassinate him. So while that's going on, this is where Kakashi then says, "So what is your mission?" And Ruby then says, "Well, I have a mission to assassinate Gato. Why do you want to tag along or something?" Kakashi then says, "Yeah, I do." And she then says, "Well, alright." So basically, we're just gonna go the same as canon, but instead of Kakashi being trapped in a water prison, Ruby takes on Zabuza head on in a sword duel. She'll win, but instead of killing Zabuza, and before Haku could drop out, she makes a clone. It tackles Haku, and this is when she then says, "You know, Zabuza, those swords of yours were made by the Uzumaki clan, right? And that you're supposed to be loyal to the Uzumaki clan no matter what." This is where Zabuza goes, "Yeah, how do you know that?" This is where she goes, "Well, I'm the Uzumaki, and technically the Uzumaki heir. Would you like to be my personal bodyguard? And that will also get the huntiness off your back if you become my personal bodyguard, and if you want to, so can your daughter, I guess, or whoever this is to you." Uh, this is where Haku will go, "Please, Zabuza-sama, I do not want you to die. I do want to watch over you, and if it means I have to be this person's servant, I would gladly do that." Basically, this is where this is basically where this is where Zabuza then takes this offer and says, "I would gladly like to become your bodyguard as long as me and my daughter Haku," because he's not going to consider Haku his daughter due to now knowing that basically they won't really be targeted, and that if something was to happen, that at least Ruby would be able to take care of her. And this is where he then says, "Haku, by the way, you can do whatever you want. I just don't want you to get killed by the Miss Hunter ninjas, or for me to lose anyone else close to me. Like, I consider you my daughter from the very beginning." This is where this makes Haku smile, and yes, Haku's a girl. Now, Haku would then says, "Well, if that is okay, I would like to join the and basically Zabuza, he's still injured pretty badly due to Ruby, because she was very vicious in their match. And this is where Zabuza then says, this is where he says, Uzumaki-sama. Ruby says, "Nope, nope, 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 we're not going to start with that." And Zabuza then says, "So what do you want me to call you?" This is where she says she could just call me Ruby. And as you can see, that right there, and she points at Kakashi, and she was whispering in his ears, "That's my boyfriend," but not say anything about it. And that right there is my, I guess, little sister figure, as she points at Hinata. And that right there is my one of my big sister figures, same as Anko Mitarashi. You might know her, which is why I'm very good at interrogation. If you want to know something, just let me know. I can almost find out almost everything. And I'm very, let's just say, very, very good at negation, like things like that. So Ruby and Zabuza would basically just go to they'll basically go to Tazuna's house. Tazuna's happy because now he has even more protection due to Ruby's now having new bodyguards. This is what she says: "I need to know about Gato's base." And they give her the whole layout and what it looks like. It's just where Ruby would then says, "Alright, Haku, would you like to come with me to assassinate Gato? You can just incapacitate his men. I really don't care." Haku shake her head yes, and says he's a scum, and he basically rapes other women. After hearing this, Ruby's fairly pissed, and she says, "Is that so? Well, before I kill him, I'm going to torture him, basically." But guys, I'll be leaving that off here. I think I'm going to be dropping part 8 also today. I still have to decide. But when I do, I will surely let you guys know. Until then, live life good. Leave a like, leave a comment. Peace.